you from the Illegal Shift Studios. It is another what? Listen to this. Listen to the noise that makes when I
listen to
flip with that beer tab. Is that annoying you by any chance?
No, not at all.
I thought it would be.
No, because what annoys me is when you work so hard to try to open it, like you've never done it before.
I loosened that one up a little bit, so it's in good shape. It's the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast.
It's like a jelly jar. Here, I loosened it. Can you open that?
And I every time I walk into this studio, into these confines here, I'm reminded of the time when we met in emergency session back in August of 2022, because we learned that the Trump compound at Mar-a-Lago was being raided by the FBI.
Yes, I do remember that.
And
one of my favorite episodes, by the way.
And now documents have come to light indicating that the FBI was prepared to use deadly force if necessary.
Oh, I got things to say.
I
didn't pull. You didn't send me anything that you wanted out of this.
Do you have some video? Do you have some accompaniment for this?
No, okay. I don't. But I was on last call earlier today, and we talked about it. So I have things to add to this.
Well, that's good.
I just don't have visual.
Little did we know at the time,
because I'm curious where you're going to go with this.
But our instincts, everything that has come to light, thanks to this Jack Smith-led persecution of Trump, with regard to these documents. And thank God for this judge in Florida who is doing things the way they ought to be done, unlike these disgraceful.
I'm Jason Kiefer, by the way.
Judges in, well, I'm Dan Carroll. I didn't, but I don't even care. I'm not upset. This came out yesterday afternoon, and I'm all day long. I've been waiting to see where is the rage, and the only thing I'm hearing is, even from some of the sources that I have that used to be with the CIA, with the federal government, former FBI, are telling me that, it's just standard operating procedure. It's just the way, and I think we can all agree that it's a good idea for FBI agents to be armed when they're doing their work. I don't think any of us has an issue with that. But this is not standard operating procedure. When you go into the home of a former president and he has Secret Service protection, and you're going to go in and you're not going to wear identifying clothing on purpose, you're going to be armed. You have the authorization to use deadly force if needed. And one of the documents, and I guess there's different ways to interpret it, but one of the documents foresees the inevitability that there could be a confrontation with the Secret Service, because as a former president, all former presidents have Secret Service protection. And they look at that. And one of the documents that was unearthed yesterday, and this is all part of the discovery and part of all the pretrial machinations that are going on with this documents case in Florida. But one of the documents that was made public yesterday shows that they talked about the FBI and these armed agents engaging with Secret Service personnel. And again, I've heard a lot of comments on this that that would never happen. They work together. They have great respect for each other. And I have no doubt that the men and women in the field who wear the uniform, who are out doing the work every day, do have that mutual respect for each other. I really couldn't imagine it being any other way. But the fact that
I'm going to try something here, Dan.
Okay.
Real quick, because I'm looking up and our Wi-Fi signal sucks for whatever reason.
All right.
So I'm going to try something, and we may have to start over. So hold that, because I don't know if it's going to kick us or not. But
I can't repeat what I just said. I mean, that was
You already have it.
It was too good.
You have it memorized.
No, I don't have it memorized.
Yeah,
That's
you
just
do.
off the top of my head.
I don't know. It's weird because I'm looking up there and our stream looks like shit.
It does, doesn't it?
But
On
our
that
signal
TV.
is good. So I don't understand.
Let me see what it looks like on my computer.
So I'm afraid to switch it, but I'm going to try to switch it. So
Let's see.
if it cuts us off, we'll be right back.
Yeah, mine. What are you refreshing? Are you
I'm going over to a different network.
oh really?
And I don't know if it's going to help at all, but
How about that?
yeah, see, it froze us on YouTube. So we're going to keep going. This is something we haven't encountered completely.
If we stayed perfectly still, it looks a little bit.
No, it's good here. It's good
Yeah.
it's good on our end.
We have no movement whatsoever.
I wanted to try it. We'll see if it picks us back up. I don't know. It was driving me nuts though. Everything was fine earlier today, so I don't know what the issue is.
All right. Well, we got some people in the chats. 6 watching. I'm gonna try it again. Thanks for watching one more, and I'm out of here.
We were on a different network. I got 2 networks in here. Well, one's an extender. I don't want to say networks. And we're not that fucking cool, but I don't know. Keep going. Keep going. We're still live, so it'll still show up.
Under contingencies. The FBI was definitely preparing to confront Trump and even engage the Secret Service if necessary. This was all reported. There's a reporter. Her name's Julie Kelly, and she has been. There's no one who's done more in-depth reporting when it comes to things like January 6th, when it comes to these Trump trials, and her reporting has been spot on from day one. So she was looking at these documents yesterday and putting them out on her Twitter feed, her X feed, as she was reading them. And here's contingency number 1. Should media be present at MAL, which is short for Mar-a-Lago, all personnel will refer to MMOSC and adhere to FBI media policy as briefed. I don't know what some of those shorthand names are for some of those agencies that she talks about there. Contingency number 2. Should F. POTUS, which means former president of the United States, arrive at MAL, Mar-a-Lago, FBI, MM, which I believe is Miami Metro, EM, not sure what EM is, and OSC, will be prepared to engage with F. POTUS and USSS, United States Secret Service Security Team. So, Jason, when you hear that sort of language, that the FBI, Miami Metro, these other agencies involved, will be prepared to engage with the United States Secret Service. And the reason I'm asking, and I'm serious about this, I am asking this because you can read it right here.
I know.
I'm asking this, and then there's also, it says engage with, and then there's a redacted part there, and it says will engage. There's 2 of them. This is one, will engage with the security team, and then there's another one underneath that says will engage with USSC POCs per existing liaison relationship. But when you read that these agencies will be prepared to engage with POTUS and USSS, United States Secret Service Security Team, how do you read that? How does that strike you? That strikes me as if they've looked at the possibility that there could be trouble here, and they've crossed that bridge to saying engage.
All right. So when's it my turn?
I'm asking you the question. That's the question I'm asking you. How do you read that?
So I was on last call today with Eric and Deadleg, both former law enforcement. Eric was stating we talked about this very subject, and he brought up the fact that most search warrants are documented this way.
Mm-hmm.
to where they give you the ability. Now, this specific document I have not seen, but he said, use of force is allowed. And he said it's almost a copy and paste. It's in almost every search warrant. I said, I'm the non-law enforcement guy on this podcast today. So I didn't, I don't know. I've never read a search warrant. I don't know how that works. Eric apparently had helped, gave input or helped write some, over his career. To me, that doesn't, I brought it up in the fact that I understand that he's a former president, but he's a citizen. Yes, he's got Secret Service detail. But do you think, and it was brought up earlier, the FBI contacted the Secret Service and said, hey, we're coming. And we're going to be here after, and they gave him the way I look at it, the fortitude of, we're going to come at night to where there's not a whole lot of hubbub going around Mar-a-Lago.
Well, let me just stop. I'm not trying to throw you off, but just you'd say, and I heard that said earlier today that the Secret Service contacted, or the FBI contacted the Secret Service. I did not read that in these documents that were released yesterday. Do we know that as a matter of fact?
I believe that is fact, and I believe that I've read it, but I would have to go back and find where I read it. And that's also a common courtesy.
It would only make sense to me that the FBI would call the Secret Service.
But if you don't put,
and tell them,
if you don't put that you can use force in that search warrant, and somebody uses force, and guess what? They're fucked. Mm-hmm. So it's a blanket term. These search, and I learned a lot today, but I knew some of it, but I learned more. The fact, and I brought it up in the fact that the media uses that as, oh, they were going to use deadly force. And I keep using the term like they were going to go in fucking Waco and just start fucking shooting the place up to grab people that don't understand how this shit works. They didn't write that for law enforcement or people that know or have done the research on how a search warrant works. So I think it got blown. This piece, I feel, got blown up a lot fucking bigger in the fact of the use of force term. Got everybody up in arms because nobody fucking understands how law enforcement fucking works unless you're in it. I think it's a normal thing. We obviously didn't have any issues as far as force-wise. So I believe that the media fucking blew this up. Oh, we got the documents. We see the search warrant, and now it's out that they're allowed to use force. Well, yeah. I mean, if Donald Trump were to come out firing like fucking Tony Montana and Scarface, yeah, guess what? You're allowed to fucking shoot the motherfucker. I don't care if he's a former president or not. He's a citizen. He's still a citizen. Yes, former president with Secret Service detail, but he's a citizen of the United States. He's not a president anymore. The only difference is he has a security detail. And if you think that they did not contact each other saying, hey, look, DOJ, Merrick Garland says, hey, we got to come down. We got to search the place. We're coming. This will be about the time we're going to be there. But it's getting blown up into this big thing like dudes fucking coming out of helicopters and shit, fast roping onto the roof of Mar-a-Lago. Well, that's what the media is doing. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying kind of you because you're media, but that's what the media is doing. Is they're making this out to be, it was a fucking search warrant. They went through, they ransacked, they did the things that I don't agree with everything that they did, but as far as a search warrant goes, I think it's fine. I don't have an issue with it. I didn't have an issue with it before I went on last call earlier today. And then hearing a cop talk about it, who's been a part of them, and since 513, it's standard procedure. And and Eric said a lot of that is cut and paste between federal, state, local. There's certain parameters you have to hit. And you have to put that in because if you tell somebody that they can't use of force and then they get shot, well, guess whose widow is getting paid? But then if you put it, they're going to get paid either way. But if his partners are like, oh, well, they said we couldn't use of force, and he just stood there and took the shots versus drawing his gun, you have to put that in there. I think the media is blowing this search warrant up bigger than it needs to be.
I, in the course of researching this, in the time that I had to research it today.
If you just sent me that, I wished I'd had that earlier because I would have looked at it more because I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
To try to, figure out and all the acronyms and everything else. I could have figured it out. And I just think it's being blown. I think it's being blown up more than it needs to be. It's already happened. It's already done. So we move the fuck on. We can allow our current president to just, oh, well, here, I found these. Oops. Here you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't agree with that part.
Contingency number 3. Should the United States Secret Service provide resistance or interfere with FBI timeline or access, FBI, MMEM will engage with, and this is redacted here, and engage with USSC POCs, persons. I'm not sure. I don't know what POC stands for.
Person of interest.
Or POC.
POC.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's
point of contacts.
Okay. Per existing liaison relationships.
Yeah.
So in that part,
Service,
it sounds like they're falling back on some sort of existing protocol.
If the Secret Service were to engage and not allow them in, then guess what? The FBI had the right to fucking start shooting.
The other part I was going to get to was while I was researching this today.
Look, this is one thing we disagreed on. I like it.
Well, I'm not. I'm not. My point on
since
this
he 513, you should be happy with me right
now. My point on this is that when I read this though, it seems and I back this up with video that I saw earlier today. That was of a hearing that happened some time ago when Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, was testifying in front of the Senate, and Senator Josh Hawley was referring to a Washington Post article talking about this raid. And it was talking about how senior FBI leadership told the Washington Post that there were members of senior leadership who disagreed with this notion of going into Trump's property and searching the property for these documents. They did not think that was a good idea. And
it's unprecedented for sure.
And that Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, overrode that decision and said, despite your objections, you're going to do it anyway. So that tells me, and who does Merrick Garland work for? He works for the President of the United States. So that tells me that that's Joe Biden saying you're going to do this come hell or high water because Biden wanted the spectacle. Biden wanted the negative press coverage that was going to come out with Trump on this. But Merrick Garland, during the course of that questioning, he said he wouldn't comment about ongoing investigations, but he did say that there were conversations that were had about how this would go down. So they obviously, and it's here in the contingencies, they obviously talked about that contingency. Wait, this guy's got Secret Service protection. What do we do if Secret Service does what they're supposed to do, senses a threat because
you have two federal agencies going against each other?
Because the other part of this is that these agents were not supposed to wear identifying clothing.
Correct.
Okay. So does that create the possibility that the Secret Service wouldn't know who these dudes were running around the compound?
I don't
going door to door.
And this is where I'm going to hit you again. And the fact that there was a common courtesy saying we are coming. They were wearing polo shirts, for fuck's sakes. They weren't all fucking camoed out.
Right.
Go look at the video. Most of them are in polo shirts and like 5'11", we call them tactical pants. They're fucking cargo pants. Hey, look, dude, we're here to do a fucking job. Now, whether they wanted to do it or whether they didn't, I don't give a shit. But that common courtesy, you have to believe was delivered. Because there wasn't any issue outside of, the nefarious shit that, the right is saying that happened and the left is saying it didn't. But as far as the way the actual operation went, I don't know what the big big hubbub is. But then you look at it where they suspended that court case with the seizure of all the shit. It's suspended indefinitely. So what does it fucking matter? And why are we talking about it now? Why is the media bringing it up? Because the use of deadly force. That's the only reason that we're talking about it.
Well,
and mainstream media.
It's the first time these documents have come to light. So it's the first time they were just made public yesterday.
Right. A search warrant.
So what would the media be doing if Donald Trump had done the exact same thing to Barack Obama? Send in the FBI, authorize the use of deadly
Probably
force.
the same fucking thing, because guess what? It grabs everybody, Dan.
The media would be having an absolute conniption.
It grabs everybody. That's what I'm saying. It's grabbed everybody now. It would grab everybody on the other side. Because they don't know the procedures of how a search warrant's actually fucking enacted. But at the end of the day, you know what the fuck just happened to my fucking computer? No, we're good, I think.
Right.
I just saw a line go across. It's weird. It's just and like I said it earlier. I mean, I think mainstream media is giving you those taglines to get you to get up in arms, get pissed off, but it grabs you to read the article. But people that aren't in law enforcement or even public safety like to know protocols and how you handle certain things. But at the end of the day, the whole case has been suspended anyway. Or, you know, is that the right word, suspended?
The trial has been delayed.
Delayed indefinitely.
Yes, why?
Indefinitely.
And there's going to be some hearings about whether or not this should even continue. Now that we know about the poor behavior of the FBI during the course of all this, so.
And I don't trust it. I don't trust any of it. I don't trust any of them.
Yeah.
But I do. I mean, and today, like, and I encourage you to go back and listen to Last Call. If you don't subscribe or listen to Fair Stuff, go back and listen. It was a good one. But yeah, we deep dived into it. I learned more than I knew. I mean, I had a general idea, but like I said, I had never read a search warrant. But you know, I don't know. I don't understand why this is just because these documents came about. Somebody grabbed them and said, "Oh, hey, look, I got news." Well, it's not really fucking news anymore. It's already happened, and it's delayed indefinitely. So you have the staged photos of the documents. That's already been talked about.
Yeah, that's a no. That should have never happened.
I think the bigger part of this is the fact that Michael Cohen was the fucking defense's fucking best fucking witness.
Stole $60,000.
So he's shown himself to be a fucking liar
and
a thief. So he committed larceny, and I don't know how. I don't know if he's like deposed when they're questioning him, like to be that star witness, quote unquote. I don't know if he's under oath while he's answering questions. But how in the fuck do you let him as a prosecution? How do you let him on the stand if you knew that happened?
I don't know.
I'd be like, "Hey, bud, you just answered that question the way you did. I need you to go out that door, walk down the street, and just keep walking. Go back and do your podcast. Great, make your money, but we don't need you because that hurt fucking big."
That hurt the prosecution.
I'm not saying, yeah, and I'm not saying it's gonna. I think the decision's already fucking made, but it didn't help the prosecution. It helped the fucking defense because they're like, dude, this guy's a fucking liar. Literally just admitted that he's a thief, but yet he's gonna get off scot-free. His charges would be more than what Donald Trump's are.
All the analysis that I've heard of that is saying the crime that he admitted to in open court,
yes,
is far more serious than the bookkeeping error that Trump may or may not have committed.
Fucking clowns.
Yeah. You know, I mean, all of this hush money payment and all that, you know, cloak and dagger stuff. No, it's a bookkeeping error at worst.
And I don't even give a fuck.
At worst.
Yeah. I don't even give a fuck what it was, where the money came from. I don't even give a shit. There are plenty of people that pay fucking hookers and strippers and porn stars off to not say anything. to hurt the reputation, whatever. Pay them off. Who cares where the fucking money came from? They're saying campaign funds. It was already fucking stated that it wasn't campaign funds. And then this guy comes in and shows that he's a fucking thief and a liar. I love it. I love it because I've seen a bunch of his TikTok clips of where he was on podcasts and this and that, making money hand over fucking fist, just talking about it. And I'm so glad it came back to make him look like he already looked like a big ass, but to look like the biggest ass.
I know, but he made $4 million last year.
Oh, 6513.
Not a bad gig if you can get it.
I wanted to see Trump take the stand. Too bad he's incapable of not lying under oath. Well, no, that's on advice of counsel is all that is. I saw a bunch of stuff posted on social media yesterday about how Trump promised to testify and all this other stuff. Well, no, when you're in a situation like that, your counsel tells you not to testify, you don't testify. We know he wants to talk.
Sure.
I mean, any person with a brain and a heartbeat that and can hear or read knows that he wants to talk, but they're like, no, simmer down.
Yeah,
just simmer down.
Well, and then the judge
let it take its course.
The FEC is the Federal Elections Commission that regulates all the election laws, right? When it comes to campaign finance and all the rest of it, and the former head of the FEC was one of the witnesses for the defense, and the judge wouldn't let that guy testify.
This whole fucking thing, this whole thing's the biggest fucking sham.
So the porn star can get up there and talk about, sexual positions and, hanging out with Trump and, how many times he banged her and all this kind of stuff.
Ben Roethlisberger almost fucking taking her, trying to rape her.
Yeah.
Which is what she said, that I was very uncomfortable because he walked me to my room.
Yeah.
Because the big guy said that he would walk me to my room. She talked all kinds of shit.
Yeah. So the judge allowed all that, but when it comes to a witness for the defense, well, no, that guy couldn't testify because he would have further blown their case out of the water.
Weird. Strange.
I don't know, just the way I see it.
It's just to my way of thinking. Oh shit, I owe you a tab. Fuck, I don't like that.
That's all right.
Dan, how much money do you have in your savings account?
Right this second?
And investments and.
Well, that's kind of a personal question.
It is. Just a round of it.
I don't know.
I was hoping you really weren't going to say a number.
Huh?
I was hoping you really weren't going to say a number.
No, I'm not going to say a number because I couldn't give a number.
No, if this comes through, I think we should go down and fucking try to buy it.
Down at Graceland.
Let's go try to buy Elvis's house.
I saw some video of it today.
I'll pull my money together. You pull your money together. We can get our buddy Peacemaker from the Warthogs and CC Ryder from the Warthogs. Big Elvis fans. I'm sure we can get some money from them. If there's an injunction in it now.
There's a jet parked on that property. You know that?
Well, it's across the street.
You ever been there?
Yes. The two jets are across the street.
Those were Elvis's jets?
Yes.
How cool is that?
Big one, small one.
Do you know what kind of jets they are?
I don't know the models. No, I don't. One was named TCB and the other one was Lisa Marie.
TCB, taking care of business.
But yeah, so this story, fucking Jill sent this to me. I hadn't seen it yet, but she sent it to me yesterday. And Graceland facing foreclosure auction. Elvis's heir fights to block the sale. So obviously we know that Lisa Marie, Elvis's daughter, passed away just, I think, less than a year ago.
Is that in Nashville?
Memphis.
What's in Memphis?
It's a fucking shithole.
Graceland's a shithole?
Memphis is a shithole.
Oh, Memphis is a shithole.
And Memphis is surrounded by, Graceland's surrounded by ghetto.
We're going to Nashville. We're going to spend a long weekend in Nashville this summer. And I guess we won't be taking a side trip to Graceland if it's all the way in Memphis.
You'll need a fucking loan to go to either one of them. But I'm going to read quick part of this article, but Graceland, the historic home of Elvis Presley, is set to be sold off at foreclosure auction this week in Tennessee, but his granddaughter is fighting to block the sale. So Jill sent this to me, and my mom was a huge Elvis fanatic. I'm an Elvis fan, not a fanatic, but I've been there. It's really, really need to go through. If you haven't been, go before it gets foreclosed on. But the story is very interesting because obviously that whole family's kind of tied into just some weird shit. They just always have been, the way he was when he was alive and like his idiosyncrasies. And Lisa Marie was kind of a weird. She married Michael Jackson, for fuck's sakes. Like just weird shit. But her daughter is now the heir, and her daughter's name's in here. I know her last name's like Kehoe or something like that. Yeah. But temporary restraining order.
Well, Lisa Marie's dead.
Yes, that's what I just said. Okay. Temporary restraining order on the sale was granted Monday, according to attorney for the Riley Keough, Keough, Keough. I think that's how you pronounce it. An injunction hearing is set for Wednesday. A notice published this month states that Graceland and the surrounding acreage of Elvis Presley Boulevard in Memphis, Tennessee, is set to be auctioned off for cash to the highest bidder on the Shelby County Courthouse steps on May 23rd. To me, that made me laugh because it's like, how like 1920-ish is that? Everybody meet at the courthouse steps. We're going to auction this piece of property off.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
How is it that Graceland is not paid for? How can there even be a foreclosure on that property?
So I'm going to get to that because you obviously didn't read the article I sent you.
Well, I was researching other things.
Oh yeah, but again, you obviously didn't read the article I sent you.
Well, I saw a news story.
That's why I'm reading it to you now.
I saw a tour. I saw a video of the inside.
The legal notice claim. Oh, you saw video of the inside, but it has nothing to do with this article. Cool.
Okay, I'm just saying.
The legal notice claims Lisa Marie Presley signed a deed of trust in 2018, securing a $3.8 million loan with a Missouri company called Nosany Investments and Private Lending, using Graceland as collateral. Company alleges she never paid the money back before she passed away last January. All right, so we're less than a year.
So that note has come due.
But Lisa Marie Presley's daughter, Riley Keough, said in a 60-page lawsuit filed against Nosany Investments on May 15th that her mother never borrowed any money from the company. Keough claims that Lisa Marie Presley's signature on the deed are forgeries and that Nosany Investments is not a real entity. According to the suit, the notary involved in the deed denies that she notarized Lisa Marie Presley's signature or ever met her, which throws a little bit of a monkey wrench into this whole deal. Mm-hmm. So Nextstar's WREG has reached out to Graceland officials with no comment. Elvis, blah, blah, blah. Elvis bought it, forever ago. Opened it as a museum. Really, really neat place to go see. But this to me, like, it made me laugh in the fact that what would the city of Memphis do with the amount of tourism that place alone brings in? And I know you've never been there, but there've been, a shit ton of people. It's not cheap to go through. You pay, and there's museums across the road from the house that you have to pay to get in, that all that money goes in. And we were talking earlier, it's like, if I were a representative for the city of Memphis, I'd be the first fucker in line. Fucking throw my hand up. Yes. Take it higher. All right, fine. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Because if let's just hypothetically say some private bazillionaire had the fucking money to buy it because it's going to go for a fucking mint.
Well, is this company the lien holder on it then?
Well, they don't even know that it's fucking factual. No, they don't own the lien. They just own the loan that is owed on it. Like, they don't own the property. All right, you said lien holder. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let me backtrack. So yeah, that there would be a $3.8 million lien on it that supposedly hasn't been paid. I find it very hard to believe that with the board, because I think it's I read it before. Promenade Incorporated or whatever owns like the foundation for the Presley enterprise. I would find it very hard to believe. Now we'll find out, But if she can, in fact, prove that these documents are fraudulent and that Lisa Marie never signed and was notarized, I don't know how you can fucking auction it then. But again, I'm a dumb fireman, so I have no idea.
How much do you pay for a tour of Graceland?
It was right around like 110.
$110?
Yeah.
A head?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long is a tour?
It's a decent sized property. House isn't that big, but there's a lot of shit there. But that's not counting the museums across the street that are all tied in. You pay for each one of those too.
Wait, it's not all inclusive?
No.
Did you go through the museums too?
I did.
So you paid to go in the museums?
Yeah, it was probably like a fucking $400 day.
Wow.
Yeah. Lots of money.
Where's all that money going? I'm sure people tour Graceland every day.
Oh, a ton of them.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not a huge house, but there's a lot of shit to look at. But to me, it was worth it.
The video I saw today, they said it looks the same.
They haven't changed
as the last day of Elvis's life.
They have not changed anything.
Do they say that's the bathroom right there where they found him dead?
Well, no, that's upstairs, and you don't get to go.
You don't get to go upstairs. So.
There's a velvet rope. You got white steps going up, and then like a powder blue curtain. Lisa Marie, when she was alive, she stayed there. She lived there.
Yeah. Well, it's her house.
Yeah. Not sure I could do it. I wanted to go up. I tried to bribe to go up. It didn't happen.
Lisa, just checking in.
I'm sure I wasn't the first one to ask to go
Jason
up.
Kiefer from Cincinnati. How you doing?
Hey, how are you? One more about your podcast. Just want to get up there and just take a gander. But no, I mean it's a neat place to go. I mean, it's awesome. But it's weird that I hate to say it, to put it, like up against, the Washington Monument but I mean, it's a national institution. People, since he passed away, we're going through there. Once they opened it up, I think in the early 80s, have been going through there every day.
But the Elvis estate, the royalties that this guy gets, has still got to be bringing in way more than $3 million a year. Got to be. When you look at all the movies, all the records, all the endorsement deals,
I don't know where all that money goes though.
All that stuff. That mean that
because
Elvis
I think the house is a complete different entity than his estate. I don't understand the workings of it. It literally just came across.
I'm sure it's very complex.
Just came across yesterday. Jill sent it. She was like, "Hey, this is good podcast material." My mom was a huge Elvis fan. I'm like, "Yep, we're going to cover it." But I like the idea of us pulling our money together and going down and bidding on it. I mean, we could all live there.
Chances are we'd still have that money in our pockets when we came back.
In the middle of a ghetto.
Is not a nice, not a good,
everything around
not a nice part
outside of the fencing
Memphis
is complete ghetto.
I can't remember the last time I was in. I'm sure I've driven through Memphis probably 2 or 3 times in the last 3 or 4 years.
The whole city of Memphis smells fishy.
Yeah,
it's not great. And like as you're getting to like the museum part across the street, but you look and you're like, holy shit. I mean, it's like almost shanty town all around it.
Yeah. Well, now I feel like, I'm kind of not with it because I haven't been to Graceland.
Well, you need to go before it's closed. You've got like a week and a half.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen either.
I saw the video of the inside. I'm good, man.
It's
a lot of green shed carpet. I saw. What was there carpet on the walls? Did I see carpet on the walls?
In there, in his pool room, it's like tapestry. You've got carpet, and then you've got tapestry that matches. It goes up the walls and across the ceiling. It's a fucking fireman's nightmare. I walked in, started clicking. I'm like, oh god. Kitchen has carpet in it, which is awesome.
Does he have one of those posters of dogs playing pool in there?
No, but I should show you a picture in his little TV room. He's got like this weird monkey. It's fucking strange. He's a strange dude. Would have loved to have hung out with him, though. That would have
Elvis,
been awesome.
he was the king.
Can you imagine partying with that guy?
I
don't think we'd have made it.
Probably couldn't keep up with him.
I don't think we'd have made it.
I mean, the drugs that guy did back in the day. Oh, legend.
But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. I mean, we'll see how that plays out. And I'm sure there's way more to that story, but it hit. It was sent to me. We covered it. Nailed it.
All right. Let's see. Let me look at the
Oh, you're giving me somebody that you didn't send me.
No, I'm just I'm looking at the stuff that I sent you. I've got a list of the things that I sent you right here.
Oh yeah, I needed a list.
Let's see.
I'm proud of you though. You did a lot of good work today.
Well, I mean,
yesterday.
I see. Oh, okay. How about let's go to the one that says one of the dumbest fucks imaginable.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me find him.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is just
I'm wondering if this is real. I'm not.
You know what? I mean, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
I'm not completely convinced, but it's at least entertaining.
Remember, we saw the video of Bryson DeChambeau and the guy that stole the golf ball from the kid, and we stopped the picture because you could see the guy that took that. I said, you know, you look up the word douchebag in the dictionary, it's gonna have a picture of that guy. It could also be this guy too.
You weird fucker, because I actually thought the same thing. And we never even talked about it.
That's it. We do. I mean, that's why if you missed the beginning of the podcast today, where Jason and I were not on the same page with the topic matter, that makes for compelling viewing right there.
I actually, when we get off air, I have somebody that I could put a name to this guy, though. I could put a name to him, and you know who he is.
He does look like somebody I know.
I hope it's the same.
I'm here enjoying a nice day at the beach with my kids. And I turn around, I got these flags planted here on the beach by these MAGA fucks. Listen, this is all America. We know you didn't storm the beaches to stake out your territory on the beach. This isn't the fucking moon. I get it. This is America. But I'm sick of my flag being represented by white nationalist trash on a goddamn beach. Go fuck yourselves. I'm here enjoying a nice day at the beach.
What a dick. What an absolute dick. And he contradicts himself halfway through the thing.
I just find it amusing. Like, see, that shit doesn't even piss me off. I'm like, you're just that fucking retarded.
It's just an ass. Did he even go talk to those people? Yeah, he talks about how the American flag being flown on the beach is, he says, at one point he says it's my flag, but he's sick of it because it's being flown by what do you call them? MAGA fucks?
White nationalists.
White nationalists. How does he know that?
What if that was a black family flying it?
How does he know? Did he go? I doubt if he even went and talked to those people.
I guarantee he didn't, because he's a fucking pussy.
Yeah, what a douchebag.
And I can guarantee. And here's the other reason why I can guarantee he didn't: because nobody goes and communicates to anybody else anymore. Nobody will say, "Hey, that's offending me."
Did you see what the Hodge twins called him?
I didn't read. I didn't read further down.
Said that this dude is a total fag.
I mean, that's the way we are.
Yeah.
And not necessarily me and not you, but as a society, is we don't go and talk about it. We just want to pull our phone out and bitch about it. But if I have a problem with something, 99% of the time, I'll give you the 1% that I won't, and I'll just walk away and just not say anything. But 99% of the time, I'll at least go and ask you and try to get your insight. Why is it I have an issue with this? Why is it that you're displaying this?
Yeah.
I mean, the American flag would never be one of them, but
I'll
ask questions and try to have a conversation.
And in America, we're free to express our views. And the American
not in his America.
The American
his
flag,
America, Dan.
The American flag should be the one thing that, no matter what our differences are, should be the one thing that we should all be able to come together under. That whole notion of some people hating the flag, people who want to burn the flag for whatever reason. But it should be, if there's one thing, the least political thing that you should be able to do is fly the American flag. because that represents everyone, no matter what your views are on any particular topic.
And whether you're flying the American flag and I don't like the views that you're doing, and that person over there is flying the flag and I don't like their views, guess what? We're still fucking under the American flag.
Right. We disagree on different subjects, but the one thing we can agree on is that America, that's our flag.
And if we recap on some of our past episodes, if you don't like the way shit is here, then fucking leave. Leave. Go.
Yeah.
Go fight for who you want to fight for, or go live where you want to go fucking live. There's plenty of Americans that fucking go to Costa Rica because they don't like the way the American government is, and it's cheap to live there, and they go there.
My wife and I, we love to go to the beach. We didn't go last year, but we went the year previous. And we were on the beach, and there was one section of the beach where there were some pride flags that were flying. Now, that's not my particular cup of tea, but if you want to fly your freak flag, your pride flag, whatever flag you want, I'd probably frown on the ISIS flag. I probably wouldn't be a big fan of that one.
Yeah, that's I got to put a foot in the sand.
I mean, it wasn't for me. But I simply looked at it, turned my head, and just minded my own business.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go over there. I didn't have to make a video like this clown.
But if you wanted to, if you had a huge issue, be like, hey, why are you flying it? And they'd be like, they give you their explanation. Maybe you'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. Hey, keep doing you. I'm still walking back this way, and I'm going to sit under my American flag. But if we would have more conversations versus adversarial bullshit, make things a lot fucking easier.
So let's go to the other end of the spectrum here.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's the one I'm going to. Okay.
And this is the one. It's entitled "I Like This Take on Things."
Well,
and
that's your subject that you sent me, but
right.
That's not the way it comes. So it always takes me a minute to find it.
Okay. But this is a young lady. Really, probably couldn't be any different than the individual that we just saw with his problem about the American flag. But I kind of like the way she summed things up in about 57 seconds worth of video. So let's listen to this young lady.
A lot of y'all might not like me after this, but I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say what the fuck needs to be said and what people are really thinking but don't want to say. Fuck COVID. We're fucking over it. If you're a scary ass bitch and you want to fucking wear your mask, bitch. I have a right to breathe in motherfucking peace. If you're one of those motherfuckers that think you're going to catch it, keep your motherfucking dumb ass in the house, okay? That is on you. If you want to get vaccinated, bitch, get vaccinated. That is not on us to get vaccinated. Leave us the fuck alone. AIDS is real, diabetes is real, cancer is real, all these shits is real. Car accidents, strokes, heart attacks, all types of shit, accidental death. We're gonna die. Everybody dies. Our government doesn't get the right to dictate how the fuck we live in a pandemic. You don't either, bitch, because this is motherfucking America. I am free. I have a right to breathe how the fuck I want to breathe. So for those who don't understand, fuck you and fuck COVID. Next, it's America. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. Now let it the fuck go.
Fine, perfect.
So she's, and I don't know, I'm guessing this video's been around for a while. First time I've seen it, though. But the way she thinks about COVID and the people wearing the mask and the vaccinations and all the rest of it, she is echoing exactly what I was saying about the Wuhan the whole time it was going on. Look, I don't have any right to expect you to go out of your way to look after my well-being. So if I'm concerned about my well-being, I can't put that on you. I got to put that on me. I got to do what's best for me. And if being best for me is to not be around you or not be around other people who are spreading the Wuhan, then I can't go around and say, well, you need to wear a mask and you need to wear a mask and you need to get vaccinated. I don't have any right to say that. And I don't have any right to expect you to do that. So that's exactly, she is saying the exact same thing that I was saying the whole time the Wuhan was going on.
I remember many conversations you and I had during that period of time. You gonna come out? Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm coming out. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna come hang out. I don't care. Yeah, we had our little friend parties, and they shut us. They shut us back into the homes, and then Fauci did what he wanted. But you completely did call that, and I will have to fucking give you kudos, even though it hurts and burns my soul to do it. If you were a black lady, that was you.
I can't say it the way she said it, obviously.
I was waiting for a reaction.
I can't say it the way she said it, but
Well, there were multiple times drunk in the driveway where you said some shit like that. That if had we been on Instagram and all that shit, yeah, I would have recorded it because it would have been perfect.
all right.
But we were all in our group,
Mm-hmm.
in our inner circle. We were all in the same boat. Fuck you! Don't tell me what to do. But then we also,
I think we all spread the Wuhan to each other. Although I don't think I ever had it. I might have had it and maybe didn't know it, but I never got tested for it. Never got the vaccine, and I'm still drawing breath today. So
there you are.
That's all right.
You're doing great.
I'm just
You're an enigma.
a hell of a physical specimen.
You're an enigma.
Let's go. We've got last podcast we showed video of a Biden motorcade.
Oh,
And I said how all his motorcades look like North Korea. This one doesn't really have a North Korea feel to it. This was one he was in. I want to say he was in Delaware the day before yesterday, or maybe yesterday, or the day before yesterday. I forget when I said this to you.
Oh, where the fuck is it?
But
I have it.
Yeah.
Just bear with me.
But there, I must say, as you watch this video, you will see some supporters out there. Not exactly sure they're Biden supporters, though. Although you decide for yourself as we watch another Biden motorcade on the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. Some good video here.
It's always hard to fucking. There it is.
Oh, you got it. Here we go. Let's go, Brandon.
I could be in school.
I think that's a woman.
Is that a woman? That woman should be in school.
I think her school days are behind her. Are you surprised they were able to get that close to the presidential enough?
No.
Pretty good, pretty cool.
Well, it's obviously rural area.
Yeah, where's that douchebag at the beach? I wonder if he'd be complaining about those American flags.
I want to know.
If it weren't for Trump supporters, this guy wouldn't see any supporters at all. But you got to let it play to the end because the part at the end is really good. So these are all like the media and support people coming in these vehicles. There's the ambulance that follows the president around all the way. Probably media people in those vans right there. I don't see one Biden sign out there, do you?
I don't. These poor sheriffs. The sheriff is sort of like.
But everyone's being peaceful, having a good time. No fights breaking out. Chanting's not all that powerful. But you got a lot of American flags out there. A lot of Trump flags.
You ain't black.
Did you see that t-shirt?
I watched it when you said it too. Oh my god.
That makes the whole thing worth watching. You ain't black. That's why she was getting so far out in front of that. I wanted to see this t-shirt.
Oh, I don't know how you wouldn't have been able to see the t-shirt, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's hilarious. Just hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, how many you look at? I mean, the last one that we showed, we got that one. And the first one didn't have signs and shit like this one. And I know that Trump was here last week for a big private donor fundraiser
in Indian Hill.
So,
and for those of you who are not from Cincinnati, Indian Hill is like where the rich of the absolute richest in this town live. It is just one spectacularly beautiful home after another.
any president, whether it's Republican or Democrat,
they all go to Indian Hill.
Every one of them shows up that way, and then traffic gets fucked up, and we have to deal with it. But Trump was in doing a private donor fundraiser, and there were people lined the route, all in support of Trump. And I know a couple people in different spots that were there, and there wasn't a single, Biden, pro Biden or anything else, So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this court case ends up. I think the decision's already made, even though they put the jury out. And I said it earlier today. You put the jury out, right before Memorial Day weekend. When they come back, the 28th? Don't talk to anybody. But you're going to be over Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, right.
In the biggest fucking court case, one of the biggest court cases in American history. And these people aren't going to talk. They should have been sequestered. They should have been locked down. And had it been the reversal, I think it would have been fucking locked down.
That's what Judge Janine said yesterday. She said if it was my courtroom, we would have done summations. We'd have done closing arguments. I would have given the jury instructions. And I would have said, you're going to the hotel and you're sequestered, and that's it.
Yeah. How are you expecting these people to go back to their homes?
Yeah. Not look at TV, not look at their cell phones, not look at the internet.
Not talk to their friends.
Not talk to people.
Over Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. Not see any of this in the news.
Weird.
Not form.
Cincy 513, if this was reversed, would you think that was fair?
I need
your answer. Please tell me your answer. Do you think that would be fair?
And so we saw Joe Biden on the way to the event. I have some video of inside the event. Did you see that one?
Well, if you sent it to me, I'm sure
I did send it to you. This one is entitled "Excitement Building for Joe Biden" or for Biden. Is the title of this one? Oh, did you watch that one?
I did.
With the little.
Which one are you talking about?
Keep going. That one right there. Okay. That's the one.
I just need to see it before I can pull it up.
But again, we got to watch till the very end. And this was the event that he was at yesterday. And I believe the video we just saw was on the way to that event. But here's the inside of the event.
What's bustling?
This is the guy that people turning out for the guy that got 81 million votes. 81 million.
He didn't even have the whole building.
Yeah. See how the curtains are there, partitioning off the room there.
This is 30 minutes before the President of the United States is supposed to be in this room. Feel the excitement?
30 minutes prior.
He's doing great.
Now, I would juxtapose that with any video of any Trump event 30 minutes prior to the event.
Yeah.
And
lines around the block.
It would be asses to elbows.
Lines around the block.
Well, that's the night, a couple of nights before. Lines around the block. So, and my point on that is that that's the kind of thing you never see video like that in the media anywhere. Never, ever, ever, ever. And so I responded to that post on my X feed, and I said, keep putting out video like this, whoever did this. And I wasn't able to find the person who did it because it was a repost of a repost.
Right.
And so I don't know who originally put it out there. But my point is that keep putting that kind of stuff out there because that's the kind of stuff that people need to see.
We're gonna finish up the Biden shit with this. If Cincy 513 can't grab onto at least a handful of these and is happy, then I don't understand it.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
It's a good way to finish out the fucking Biden shit.
All right.
Real quickly, we'll hit because we're at an hour and 2, but real quickly, we'll hit
over
on
an hour already.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god,
It's fucking stupid.
what about do you want to see the tornado video from yesterday?
Send it to me, Dan.
I did send it to you.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't think you did.
Let's see. I've got two of them. One says best tornado video, and the other one says good drone footage. I thought you might like that one because you're a drone guy.
I started getting down into a wormhole.
No, I sent it to you. I sent it to you yesterday.
Ooh.
On May 21st. I don't know what time it was.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh, that's one that we had a problem with. This page doesn't exist. They took it. They took it down. They took it down. I meant to tell you that.
The drone footage or the
tornado?
The tornado video. That video was crazy. And the thing is, it was shot by guys who were, tornado chasers.
I love watching those dudes.
Would you do that?
Oh,
if you had a chance? Would you be a tornado chaser if you had a chance?
Yes, I think that'd be cool as shit.
I think I would do it.
I worked.
I mean, I would definitely do it if I was still in my 20s or 30s, but
when the tornado went through Blue Ash, Montgomery, and that, like, I was just very, very, like, super, super green in the fire service, like brand new, like months. And it was terrible working it, but I would love to be a part of it, like to see it. Like weather, just like when we had thunderstorms today. I love thunderstorms. Love it. I just want to make sure I have good gutters.
But that video of the tornado was absolutely might have been the best tornado video I've ever seen.
Your drone footage one,
yeah. Then this one's pretty good too. So we play it because you're the drone pilot.
I'll let it play, and then we'll talk about it. So a friend of ours, Emily Otting, is petrified of these windmill.
Well, now you know why.
The windmills.
And for good reason. I mean, that tornado just destroyed these things. The whole wind farm there. So was it like these wind turbine farms are the new trailer parks for tornadoes?
That's fucking perfect.
Wind farm over there, windmill farm over there. Head that way. We're taking them down.
So I can't remember what the headline was, but yeah, these are all wind driven, but yet there's no petroleum products involved at all. All the black smoke. No, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, there's a lot of petroleum products.
They've got fucking generators in the fucking bottom of them.
Well, hell yeah.
If they're not getting enough wind, then guess what? They kick the generator.
There's all kinds of oil in there.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid.
You can't make those turbine blades without fossil fuels, and then they can't be recycled either. So they gotta be put in a landfill somewhere.
Yep.
So yeah, the wind turbines are not all that green.
So we had real quick, and our buddy Dexter's he's fucking busy. He works too many details, but I keep trying to get him on because we want to hit the fucking thing real quick. Where the mayor of Louisville is now going to start looking at the police officers who arrested Scotty Scheffler because there was no body cam footage. But he says we need to, what did he say? Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg said Tuesday that police officers who arrested Scotty Scheffler will be investigated for whether they followed proper protocol. Scheffler was arrested just outside Valhalla Golf Club early Friday morning. We all know that. I think it's critically important that we do that, not just in high-profile events like those that took place on Friday, but on a regular basis, Greenberg said, according to Louisville Courier. And if policies are not being followed, there will be a transparency about that. There will be action taken.
Now see, I don't know if that's necessary. I don't know why you have to get some cop in a jackpot over this. I think the cop was probably doing what he thought was right.
Yes.
There may have been a misunderstanding. I can't. Look. Everything that all the video I've seen, everything I've read about it, there was a lot of activity going on. It was raining. It was dark.
Scheffler said it himself.
Directions could have been easily misunderstood.
It was a chaotic scene, and I think I said it. Yeah, when we brought this up, the first time, was people that aren't around, that aren't in public safety, and see all the flashy lights and somebody with a baton waving. I mean, granted, there's big events where you see people waving batons, but when you have flashy lights and a whole bunch of shit going on, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. He's focused on the fucking golf, and I'm not discounting the fact that he's just not some other fucktard that we deal with all the time on the road, but it happens all the time. Any auto accident, we could have cones up, trying to push vehicles, and they'll go between them or whatever. And that's something that we try to be better at. Is if our ambulances, if the car accident's here, you have the ambulance here, and then you have a fire truck blocking. Because if they're going to hit something, hit the fire truck, hit the biggest fucking thing, at least protect the people on the scene. But people are naturally directed, like their eyes take them to the flashing lights.
Sure.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't fault just the small videos that I've seen, because there was no body cam, and that's what the mayor's pissed off about. There wasn't body cam because I guess now Louisville is under scrutiny because they arrested the number one golfer in the world. Well, he also was still just a citizen. The cop thought he was doing right. It'll end up getting thrown out in court. I'm sure that him and Scheffler will have lunch at some point. Hey, dude, sorry.
Yeah. But that's
sorry for the inconvenience.
That's the other component of this. Scheffler is not out there bitching about false arrest, being targeted, any of that kind of
not
crap.
Saying a fucking word.
He's not looking, as far as I know, he's not looking to lawyer up and sue.
But his attorney, his attorney and the prosecuting attorney for the state or the Commonwealth, he pushed his is it the arraignment? Am I using that?
Yeah, arraignment, yeah.
Push the arraignment back to June 3rd. And I watched the video of the Commonwealth attorney. I was like, that's not the way the state sees it. But he kept using a term, and Scheffler's attorney was like, he keeps using this term, and this happens every day, and normally through a fucking email. Yeah. Why are we arguing about it? Yeah, the cop got drugged. Shame on you for the police officer grabbing onto the fucking car. Don't grab onto the fucking car. You wouldn't ruin your $80 fucking pants that you put in the report.
Well,
don't grab onto the car. Let it go.
So yeah, I don't know why. It seems to me that the mayor ought to be of the mind that
they're making it like Scheffler wanted to run this cop over, which is not the fucking
no,
case.
That's not the case. But it just seems to me that I don't know why they just can't get together. Say, look, man, no harm, no foul. I'm sorry, I know the cop got knocked down. Maybe if he wants to pursue this on his own.
Will Gray said, I work road construction. When the amber's on, our people get stupid fast. Facts. It's factual.
Yeah. It just seems to me that the best course of action, get together, good, no harm, no foul.
If I were his agent and his attorney, okay, plead no contest. Plead no contest to whatever they want to give you. Outside of felony, drop it all down to bullshit. Plead no contest, and then make a donation to the city of Louisville.
Right.
And then move the fuck on.
Write a check to a charity.
Yes, a charity. The city gets to pick the charity that it goes to. Or
cops in the shop of the cop.
Or to the fucking police department. Yeah. Earmarked for the police department. Something like that. That happens all the fucking time. But yeah, the fact that I watched that.
Scotty Scheffler's not hurting for money right now. No, he's pretty good.
But I watched that interaction between his attorney and the Commonwealth attorney, And the Commonwealth's attorney is just a complete and utter fucking jackass. Complete jackass.
Shouldn't be that way.
Real quick, and then we'll dial it down. I got one more, and we're out of here. Let's see how I did that.
Very good.
And there's not a whole lot to report, but I'm kind of curious with so the reopening Matthew Perry's death investigation. Now the DEA is involved. I guess because they want to know. So he had trace amounts of ketamine in his system and had been going through a detox scenario for, I can't remember how long. I think it's in here further. The only reason I wanted to bring it up is now the DEA is involved because they want to figure out where he got the ketamine. I guess ketamine's been around forever. And just like any other drug.
Is it a painkiller?
It's essentially like it's a painkiller, but it's amnesic. So like if you broke your femur, I could push ketamine. You wouldn't even know that you had a fucking leg, but you wouldn't remember any of it.
So it's in the same class as like heroin or morphine.
Well, it's stronger than fentanyl, way stronger than fentanyl, but it makes you it's almost amnesic. You don't remember. Like it's very very potent, very potent.
So you don't remember,
but you don't remember that you fucking hurt either.
But it's
but it's also become, so it's used in treatment, but it's also out there recreationally as well, and it has been for a long time. We're starting to see a little bit of a resurgence of it,
but it's not something you get over the counter.
No.
Okay. Right.
And we just started carrying it last year on the ambulance. So like we were carrying morphine and fentanyl for, a femur fracture. Well, now we started carrying ketamine, which takes the pain threshold. It'll drop. Like I said, you won't even know that you have a fucking leg, and you won't even remember what happened beforehand. So some people
does it knock you out, or can you still conscious? People able to talk to you? Like
some people will still be a little bit conscious, but you're still like, woo, oh shit.
Can you drive this ambulance a little faster?
The snozzberries taste like snozzberries. But no, it's got to be, it's got to be pretty bad for us to push it.
Yeah.
But we have the ability in our protocol. I can give you fentanyl. If that doesn't touch it, then I can give you ketamine. Well, then you're getting a double dose of
fentanyl and ketamine.
Go-go
Holy
juice.
Shit.
But the fentanyl that we, the amount of fentanyl that we push isn't like super, super strong.
But just a tiny little bit can kill you.
But fentanyl is measured in micrograms. Yeah. And the way we do ketamine is weight based. So it's, I think it's 0.01 milligrams per kilogram. So it's very little.
So a microgram is like way smaller than a milligram.
Correct.
Okay.
But it takes very, very little ketamine to, Dan doesn't even know where the fuck he is.
But that was in his system when he.
And he had trace amounts.
He had scuba diving in his hot tub.
They said.
Without the scuba.
Jesus, yeah. Rob. You remember when we covered this when he first died? Rob went all over. He almost dressed up as him. You remember? Coming all blue faced and shit.
Oh God.
But so he had acute effects of ketamine. He had trace amounts in the stomach contents from what they found. But they've reopened it because they want to know where he got it from. So I guess now they're either going to go after, this is my guess, completely Kiefer's guess. They're either going after his doc, whether it was his psychological doc or his primary care, or was he getting it recreationally to use it recreationally?
So,
but they just reopened this, and it's what we say he died in October. So here we are, 6 months later, and they're reopening this case.
Look for the.
But that was all over the news as well.
Look for the doctor's office that just bought an industrial strength paper shredder. A lot of shit being shredded. A lot of computer files being erased. All right, we got to get out of here. But before we do, let's talk about our friends, the Varner Netherton revival. The boys are together again, making the best music of their lives. Cincinnati's own Dan Varner has rejoined with longtime friends Nick, Brad, and Rye. And the Varner Netherton Revival is filling up clubs and arenas from the Queen City to Nashville, not Memphis, though. Queen City to Nashville and every place in between. They are more than award-winning musicians. They are just playing fun. Their harmonies, or vocal harmonies, have crowds of 10 to 10,000 standing on their feet and singing along. And the best part is you can book them for your event. Check out a show near you and find out more. Or you go to their website. It's called Varner Netherton, all one word, varnernetherton.com. That's varnernetherton.com.
Killed it.
So there you go.
Just as they do every time that they're out and about. So
Great friends of the show and always love hanging out with those guys.
guys, sorry we ran a little bit late, but we had a lot to cover. We had a lot of stuff.
Thanks for hanging around, and hit the like button.
Hit the like, leave a rating, review, get somebody to subscribe, help us out. Keep one more of them out of here live, man. We're rolling. So we will see you. I don't remember when.
I don't know. Let's go, Brandon.
Friday. We got one Friday.
Let's go, Brandon. This Friday, like in 2 days from now?
Yeah.
Dang, man, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot this week.
Well, if you send me as much as you did today, you'll be good.
I got more coming. A lot of content.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you. We'll see you Friday.
Say it.
If I'm lying, I don't know if I am or not.